Yo, what's up, everybody? TJ McClellan, broker of Fitness Realty, here to make another training video. This series, I think, is going to be called Contract Oops. This is a scenario that did just happen recently in our brokerage firm, and it has to deal with the contract and some really big gray areas. And so I want to highlight the gray areas and how to avoid that. We'll give you some tips, and hopefully you can avoid yourself some costly mistakes. All right, let me first get this going. This is just a random property on the MLS that I found that highlights what I'm about to speak on, and that is this exterior features outbuildings, and then in the inclusions you don't see any reference for outbuilding, or in the exclusions you don't see that as well. That creates a gray area. Many times you've written your contracts, I'm sure, and put in the inclusions, and you get to closing and your shed or outbuilding or whatever is still standing on the property. Now, sometimes it goes well. Sometimes everybody is under the assumption that it's going to convey and you didn't need to write it in. What I'm trying to bring to light is that we should be very clear in our contract writing and our contract purpose to make sure that we protect our clients. So I'm going to flip over here to this contract. In the inclusions, it says as per MLS. Now, that is a great way to reference the MLS and whatever is in there for the inclusion items. Now, where we run into issues is writing as per MLS, and in this specific instance with this MLS number and numbered home, if we only did those inclusions as per MLS from the legal hotline and one other legal mind that I consulted with, they referenced that it only means this inclusionary line, not the entire MLS sheet. So they did bring up some pointers. They said if you want to write as per MLS, then you should attach the MLS printout as an addendum to the contract. They advised that is the best way to put everything from the MLS into the contract itself. Now, if you still want to use as per MLS in the inclusions line, that's perfectly fine. Nobody's going to chastise you for doing that. But just realize that it creates that gray area that I'm talking about, where you may only think it means this inclusions line when you really meant it to mean the entire MLS sheet. So on and so forth. So you can see how it creates gray area that we want to avoid. Now, in my opinion, we just need to go and be more diligent about how we write contracts and writing in the things that our clients really want, and make sure that those are in the inclusions each and every time. It is kind of a nuisance to really kind of go down and dig into the contract and make sure that everything is in there. However, that will save you some heartache in the long run, and in this particular instance is about an $8,000 mistake. Now, I shouldn't say mistake, because mistakes were made on both sides of this transaction in the gray area, and the way that this transaction was running, our side didn't have any real legs to stand on because of this crazy hot market, and we didn't want anything to happen to our buyer or their earnest money. And so it was a really sticky situation. Offline, I can go into more detail with anybody that wants to come and talk about it. We will be going after the other side for misrepresentation on the Board of Realtors, on the MLS, for misrepresenting outbuildings. And so, in my opinion, best outcome out of that will be that both sides realize that there were faults that were made, and both sides pay equally for the shed that was not transferred to our buyers. I like that one as the best case scenario, so that everybody has a chance to learn and experience and grow, and we all get to be a little better next time. If the Board of Realtors panel decides that the other side is completely at fault, that would be nice, of course, but I would rather everybody learn and everybody take a piece of the action on that. All right, anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox now. really dive into the contract and make sure you understand what you're writing in there for your clients, because this type of stuff will bite you in the butt. I am actively waiting for the time that we get an ethics complaint or a misrepresentation complaint against our realtors and our staff. And so I just really hope that we can train well and do our best and make sure that we're protecting our clients. So anyway, if you guys ever have any more questions about that, this has been another training video about contract oops. Everybody involved, I know that it might feel that it is a position that may feel bad currently, but we'll work through it. We'll all learn, we'll grow, and this will teach others what not to do. Anyway, all right, I'm TJ McClellan, broker of Fitness Realty. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.